game. It's all a game.
I tell you, I'm supposed to deliver your head in a sack, and you call it a game?
I'm a piece in their game. The Empress sends me to question Lord Asaji. A move in the game. He arranges my disappearance. Another move. They shuffle me around the board and send messages to each other. Test each other's strength, the resolve.
What's the prize? I mean, if one of them wins the game.
Power, I suppose. Could you please untie my legs?
Power? Well, who's got more power than an empress?
I can't even wiggle my toes.
Oh, the Emperor. Maybe. I used to be a married man.
Well, I could start with the Chancellor, and then work out and down. Vice-Chancellor, Privy Councillors, High Lords and Princes, priests. But I've been coming and going in that place for years, and it's still a maze. Plotters and villains round every corner.
So I'm not the only one to be mixing in bad company.
My legs, Takashi.
Yeah, would you like another sip of this?
No, thanks. I'm gonna have to pee soon enough as is. How are we gonna manage that?
Well, then, of course, there's the other kind, the good company. That lady of yours, what was it? Shonagon. How are things with her?
Things one may do to incite anger. Speak to a friend in a way that is intended as encouraging but is taken as patronizing. Step into long grass to encounter the lash and bite of a snake. Move to rise too suddenly so that the cat in your lap becomes bristle and hiss and fang and flaming eyes. Attempt too bold a witticism so that the Empress becomes unmoving as stone. A most dangerous anger. Breathe upon a web to see it sway and glisten with dew, and bring from the shadows a spider as large as the plumpest of toads and as fast as a hawk. Entice, however courteously, into an inappropriate meeting a high and haughty palace lord.
I am to be questioned by a palace servant.
I serve Her Majesty, of course, in any way I can, but I am companion more than servant.
You're a lady-in-waiting. You are employed here.
I was called here by Her Majesty with the Emperor's approval.
I am called here by my very birth.
I owe you all honour and duty, Lord Asaji.
Remember that.
As we both owe duty to their Majesties.
My duty does not involve searching for a missing policeman.
We do not ask you to search, my lord. We only ask your advice.
We? Who is this we?
It is Her Majesty's request, passed on with all courtesy by her most loyal companion.
Don't be disingenuous, lady. We both know there is much hidden behind this courtesy. And the simple fact that a lady-in-waiting has been asked to pass on the...
Yes, my lord.
Lady Shonagon and Yukinari. His lady companion and that policeman. The insult is deepened. Because you are not just any palace lady, are you, Shonagon? And Yukinari is not just any policeman.
The lieutenant is held in affection by the Emperor.
And your affection? Is he held in yours, Lady Shonagon? Is he held in your bed?
You overstep, my lord. I have a husband.
But he is never here, is he? He's certainly never in your bed. The bed you invited me into more than once in our hot-blooded youth.
You are right, my lord. You did indeed misunderstand much of what I said back then. You were young.
A lady of the Empress.
As to the hotness of your blood.
And a policeman. That is a scandal that should have seen you out of this palace and into a hovel in the provinces. It should see that peasant stripped of his rank and maybe his head.
There has been no scandal.
But there have been whispers. Under another regime, you both would be whipped out of this city.
Another regime? Are we to discuss politics, Lord Asaji? No. That is not a fit subject for a lady companion and a great lord. What subject, then?
Flouting of palace decency, perhaps?
Or palace language? Yes. The ways in which palace lords and ladies may communicate. Etiquette, as formal as any dance. Evasion and simile as elusive as any poem.
A list.
Written poems, too, of course.
You'd perform a list.
With images drawn from nature. Flower and bird and snow and the shades of dusk. The dipping and raising and weaving of a fan.
Enough of this.
Modulation of voice so that a common phrase is made complex and eloquent.
Enough.
Yes. Sometimes one longs to say something outside the rules of etiquette. The simple truth. Such as this. Lieutenant Yukinari has never entered my bed. But once upon a time he showed me a valley It was filled with roses, a green bowl full of 1,000 upon 1,000 of flowers, all yellow. Yukinari did say the occasional white was found, but I saw none that day. All green and golden.
Now it is you who oversteps. You become
Too sincere, too bold. You used to enjoy my boldness, Asaji. If it was subtle. Sometimes we now know it was too subtle for you.
Does your duty to Her Majesty include insolence to me?
Is the truth insolence?
Yes. It can be. And dangerous between your rank and mine.
Certainly it can be frightening, the truth. Such as this. Yukinari is my...
Your what?
He and I are... The lieutenant and I... Yukinari.
I don't know what I am to her. I sometimes wonder if she knows.
I know some things. But what about the valley with all the flowers? The room with the tiger. Oh, that tiger.
Takashi.
Love that story.
There's been nothing since.
Nothing. But that was...
I know. Once upon a time.
She was having a baby. Yours. What was it, a boy or a girl?
I don't know. It was stillborn. And there's never likely to be happy ever after. Not as long as she's in that palace.
I don't imagine many women would be keen to leave a palace.
For a policeman.
I take it you've asked her.
Oh, many times. She either just gazes at the sky all forlorn, or she treats me like I'm an insolent boy. But it's not really the palace. It's the Empress.
You told me about that. Devotion.
To the point of madness.
Quite a woman, this Majesty.
Indeed. Beautiful, clever, even wise.
Generous?
That too. Generous and gentle. And I've seen her take a woman's head off with one swipe of a sword.
God save us. One swipe.
It was a Kambai sword.
Right. He was the master, so I've heard.
The thing is, that place is changing. The palace, the powers, things are shifting. All this with Lord Asaji and the Empress brother. There are rumours and manoeuvres and plots and games. My Lady Shonagon might find herself with no palace to leave, no majesty to serve.
I've never done it.
Done what?
Taking anybody's head off.
You're not going to stop me, man. Takashi, you won't be laying down your life for me. They won't find you. They won't find us.
Us?
We can go away. Far away.
How far away is far enough?
China. India.
Fairyland. You've risen high, Lieutenant Yukinari, in and out of palace, a friend of the Emperor and the lady. You give all that up for me?
I may have lost all anyway.
Like I lost my farm, and my family, and my pride.
Takashi, it's you and I that are lost. Look at us. There you are with a dagger in one hand and a flask in the other, and 2 empty flasks on the floor.
I came prepared for a wait.
Look at me, sitting here, tied up hand and foot. The feet, by the way, must be bloodless by now. I may never walk again.
For you expect me to carry you all the way to China?
Things I have learned from Yukinari. A demon, disguised as a human, may be a human who acts like a demon. The most intelligent of gentlemen may blunder like a stammering peasant. And not all people from the lower depths are unintelligent. There are fragrances sweeter than roses. Wolves have a sense of humour. Any inch of one's skin may give pleasure to every other inch. When a loving woman is in confusion and longing and fear, the beloved may see only an inscrutable lady gazing at the sky. The truth mingled with half-truth, mingled with guesswork. Maybe a question in disguise.
No more to say? No questions, no accusations?
I am not here to accuse Lord Asaji.
Then why are you here? Your policeman didn't know either, when he came to question me. He had no idea what to ask. You and he, whatever you are to each other, are entirely out of your depth in these matters.
What matters do you mean?
Oh, he babbled about forged letters and Lord Korechika and another lord whose name he refused to give.
I know nothing about forged letters or unnamed lords.
I'm beginning to understand how little you know.
And I have not mentioned the Empress's brother. Is Lord Korechika in any trouble?
Do you know this, Lady Shonagon? You are being used, just as that fool Yukinari was.
He can be foolish.
You and he have served your purpose. Accept that this game is over. Accept, too, that there may well come a time when this palace will be no more than an anguished memory to you. A thing used may well be discarded. This conversation is over. Good day, Lady Shonagon.
As to my leaving the palace, the lieutenant has asked me to do so many times.
What?
I have, of course, always said no.
A policeman asked you... You should have him banished. Flogged and banished.
I always said no, until the last time he asked.
You said yes.
Well, of course not. But I couldn't bring myself to say no again, having said it so often before. And since I couldn't, of course, say yes, I said nothing.
I will have his commander spoken to.
I said nothing, and he left. I remember thinking... Silly thought. I may never hear Yukinari describe Lord Asaji's grotto, seen clearly with his policeman's eye.
Are you saying he came to you after he was with me?
I simply gazed at the sky, and he left me.
After he'd been in the grotto?
Yukinari's sense of duty is like a tyrant. It commands, he follows. Where might it have led him now? Can you not help us, Lord Asaji? Help me and their majesties.